Hello and welcome to this deep dive presentation about the enhanced product delivery case creation process in the income support module of Quorum Social Program Management version 702. In this presentation, we'll start by discussing the as-is scenario, that is, the state of the software prior to version 702. We'll then move on to an overview of the solution or enhancement, including screenshots and descriptions of the to-be scenario. In other words, the changes in version 702. We'll then present some of the technical details of the changes, and we'll finish by telling you where you can find more information about the updates. Prior to version 702, when a caseworker created any of these three product delivery cases, the default primary client was the primary client of the parent integrated case. The system implemented an arbitrary designation of the primary client based solely on the first client entered in the income support application. That person then became the primary client of the product delivery case. The FA and CA head of household evidence was not considered at all. In turn, case members that were not the FA or CA head of household often became the primary client of the FA or CA product delivery case. For FA and CA cases, this often resulted in incorrect case members becoming the default nominee and the party responsible for financial payments. This forced caseworkers to update nominee information, with the risk of payment going to the wrong client if the nominee information was not updated. For medical assistance cases, this resulted in incorrect case members oftentimes becoming the main point of contact, for example, in communications. Over time, clients leave the household for various reasons. Previously, when a change of circumstance occurred on the integrated case and a client that served as the primary client in an FA, CA, or MA product delivery case left the household, that client remained as the primary client in the product delivery case. If a product delivery case was closed and a new program authorized, the same client that left the household was again designated as the primary client in a newly created product delivery case. To fix this, caseworkers had the following options. They could close the existing product delivery case and create a new application, or they could update the product delivery case nominee to be the correct household member. However, in this second situation, although payments were directed to the correct individual, the client that left the household was still the primary client and responsible for financial payments and any over or underpayments. Here is the as-is scenario for a medical assistance case. Jill, our South Carolina caseworker, now needs to process an application for Cassie Walker and her child, Drew. Jill creates the application and enters Cassie first. You can see that Cassie is indicated as the primary client in the application case. You can also see that the child, Drew, will be eligible for the medically needy children coverage type. When Jill then authorizes the MA program, she has no choice about which client she wants to be the primary client of the product delivery case, so she simply indicates that she wants to authorize the assistance unit. When Jill then views the home page of the income support case, she sees that Cassie was selected as the primary client of the medical assistance product delivery case, because Cassie was entered on the application first. However, Jill actually wanted Drew to be the primary client, because he is the client receiving the assistance. Now we'll examine the changes that have been made in Quorum version 702. The solution that was implemented to address the arbitrary designation of the primary client of the FA, CA, or MA product delivery consisted of several parts. The FA and CA product delivery case creation process has been enhanced to use FA and CA head of household evidence to determine the primary client. The household member in the integrated case with the current FA or CA head of household evidence record is now used. The MA product delivery case creation process has been enhanced to allow the user to manually select the appropriate primary client during the authorization process for different categories of MA programs. All active case members with no end date are presented for selection. No case member is set as a default on the drop-down list. 3 new application properties allow customers to enable or disable the new product delivery case creation process. The default value for each of these properties is enabled. The solution that was implemented also provides better support and options to caseworkers for addressing head of household change of circumstances that affect the primary client. Caseworkers now have the option of doing the following. For FA and CA cases, caseworkers can close the existing product delivery case, then update existing household member and head of household evidence in the integrated case, then reauthorize the creation of a new FA or CA product delivery case, which will now have the correct client as the primary client. For MA cases, caseworkers can close the existing product delivery case, then reauthorize the creation of the new MA product delivery case. During the authorization process, the case will now have the correct client as the primary client. With the new feature enabled, Jill can manually select Drew as the primary client when she authorizes the MA product delivery case. Jill then sees that Drew, not Cassie, is the primary client of the case. From a technical standpoint, 3 configuration parameters control how the primary client is determined for new food assistance, cash assistance, and medical assistance product delivery cases. 3 associated hook points allow you to override the default setting for the primary client. There are no changes to the database, rules, and other artifacts. That is, no upgrade scripts or tools are necessary to run. The new properties control which case participant is set as the primary client for the income support product delivery case when it's created. The properties are enabled by default. When the properties are enabled for food assistance and cash assistance, the household member in the integrated case with the current FA or CA head of household evidence record is used as the primary client. For medical assistance, the user manually selects the appropriate primary client during the authorization process for different categories of MA programs. When the property is disabled, the case participant with the case participant role of primary client of the parent integrated case is used, as it was for previous versions of Kurum. 3 new hook points are provided for product delivery authorization. The cash assistance and food assistance hook points allow the customers to set the primary client to a different case member of the parent integrated case. The medical assistance hook point allows you to filter the contents of the primary client pop-up. Use the 3 hook points to replace the default implementation with your custom implementation when you want to set the primary client to a different case member of the parent integrated case. Before implementing the hook points, you should analyze any dependencies on the primary client and ensure that only case participants of the parent integrated case can become the primary client. See the Knowledge Center and Java doc for details about the hook points. You can find more information about these updates in the IBM Knowledge Center for Kurum SPM. Specifically, look in the following sections: Key business flows of Kurum Income Support, Kurum Income Support for Medical Assistance, especially the subsections labeled Authorizing Eligibility, Recording Change of Circumstance, and Configuring Income Support. Also, configuring the primary client on product delivery authorization. In addition, the online help has been updated, and the Java doc describes the new hook points. This is IBM's standard legal disclaimer. And this concludes the presentation about the enhanced product delivery case creation process in the income support module of Quorum Social Program Management version 7.02. Thank you for watching.